Devonport, a shipping port on the northwest coast of Tasmania, once a year in November experiences the thrill and excitement that is shared in the world of motorsport by cities like Monaco and Adelaide. The transformation of the normal streets of the business district of Devonport arouses the same electrifying atmosphere of a Formula One Grand Prix. These distant relations of Formula One are prepared in the same way, for the same purpose, with the same spectacle and thrill as driver and machine do battle with a racing circuit. The Devonport Kart Grand Prix is the richest kart race in Australia, and the pilots of these ultra-fast and light machines are no less determined to win than any other Senners or Mansells of the world. So sit back and enjoy 2 days of the spectacle, glamour, festivities and sheer thrill of the 1990 Devonport Kart Grand Prix.
Howdy, I'm Phil Jacobs, President of the Northwestern Kart Club. I'm here to tell you today about these karts which you'll see featured at the City of Devonport street race. This one here in front of me is a national class kart. It's one of the restricted classes. They're all Yamaha motors and restricted to an SL compound tyre, which is designed to keep the cost down. Some of the features you'll see on 3 of the karts we've got lined up here are side pods. They've used extensively for different things, which we won't go into here. Right, what we've got here is the karts, what you'll see featured in the big race at Devonport this year. It's a 200cc superclass kart. As you can see, compared to the one we've just looked at, that had 1 motor. This has got 2, one either side of the driver, 2 100cc motors, and these karts will be reaching speeds of approximately 115 kilometres an hour up the straights of Devonport this year. And keeping in mind the straights are only about 150 to 200 metres long, so power to weight ratio, you couldn't get anything quicker than that. And another feature of this kart is 4-wheel disc brakes. As compared to these single engine ones, they've only just got the 1 disc. This kart it's a Drew Price Engineering Demon X8 built in Melbourne. It belongs to Craig Jones from the Circular Head Kart Club, who ran 2nd in the Devonport race last year and 3rd the year before, so Craig will be looking for bigger things this year. Moving along to one of the most popular classes, which revived karting about 5 or 6 years ago when it was down in the dumps a bit, the good old clubman class came in. These days you see 4 clubman classes featured, being clubman light, intermediate and heavy, and also they run a clubman twin class. With the light, intermediate and heavy, it's just different weights, like from 125 through to 145 kilos. It's the most popular class with full fields of 20 to 30 at every race meeting throughout the state, conducted at the 4 tracks. It's another restricted class. They're all Yamaha motors and all run a Bridgestone SL compound tyre, which is another restricted tyre designed to keep costs down to what most average blokes can afford. And it's a good starting point for newcomers coming into karting to get into. And then if they wish to move up to the super class kart that we've just looked at previously, or this one here, which is a Reed class kart. Why it's called Reed class is the different induction systems of getting the petrol into the motor, and this one comes in through a Reed valve down in the crank of the motor. Whereas, say, this one, or this twin superclass kart, they're a rotary valve motor, and that's just a couple of the differences there. This one, as compared to the Clubman, is an open class kart. The tyres are open. You can use any brand or compound of tyre you like. As compared to the restricted ones, these tyres that last probably 10 to 12 race meetings. A serious karter with this one would only probably get 3 race meetings out of a set of tyres if he's lucky. Serious bloke could probably only use 1. Okay, to compete in kart racing, before you start off the day, your kart is completely scrutineered for all mechanical faults and safety features. Everything's got to be up to scratch before you even hit the track. If the scrutineers think your kart isn't right, they'll either won't pass you so you can't race, or they'll send you away to fix it up and then re-scrutineer it before you can hit the track. Some of the safety gear that we wear, which is all compulsory, well, you have to have a full one-piece driving suit. Like overalls are the most common thing what people use, or some people prefer the more expensive but a lot better protection with the leather gear. Your ankles have to be covered, so therefore the driving boots, and your protective, your leather gear or your overalls have to be secure at the ankles, wrist and the neck. And also full gloves, like leather gloves is what the majority of people use, and they have to also have full complete fingers. And also to set it off, of course, you have to have your helmet, which is checked every 12 months for wear and tear, and if there's too many scratches or divots in the shell of the helmet, it's just not passed, and therefore you have to lash out and buy a new one. Some of the little features or some of the little gadgets that some blokes use, in the wet we have this whirly visor. How that works is just with the motion in the cart, the wind turns it and it keeps the rain off your visor, and therefore so you've got clear vision.
Peter Fitzpatrick doing a great job here, of course, and really had a job ahead of him today as they roll up there, and I think they'll get a start. They certainly get away, and it's Chris Strickland, I think, in the lead, but right out the side. Oh, we lost a cart there, and it's looks like cart number 2, Ron.
Yeah, it was cart number 2. We'll pick the leader up, and it's Chris Strickland. Chris Strickland back to Bill Fulton, and Warren Smith's in there on the back of Spike Jones with Glenn Hayes there as they come down the 7LA straight to you now, Mike.
Okay, and cart number 5 there, he's not running away too much at the moment. There's still Chris Strickland out there in the lead there from Bill Fulton, Spike Jones there, and I think cart number 6, Warren Smith in there with him at the moment, then Glenn Hayes on the back, and he goes in the 7AD corner.
Out of 7AD corner, and it's Chris Strickland in cart number 5 from Bill Fulton in 4. And we go back to cart there of Spike Jones just to Warren Smith, and Glenn Hayes tacked on the back of Warren as they go out of Advocate corner. Down to you again, Mike.
Okay, and all sideways there. Strickland gets on the brakes, but quite okay. Bill Fulton over, but letting the run away a little bit. Spike Jones there, back to Warren Smith. Smith pulling up beside Spike Jones at the moment. Then we have car number 1 there, Glenn Hayes right on the back of both those bunch.
Yeah, Smithy was all over the back of Spike as they come through into 7AD. With the leaders, Chris Strickland back to Bill Fulton as they go out of the Advocate corner. We've got Spike Jones, Warren Smith, Glenn Hayes, and they're all yours, Mike.
They certainly are. And look at Billy Fulton. He's closed right up on Chris Strickland, the Chaskelly transport machine at the moment. Then a big gap back to Spike Jones, Warren Smith there in 6. Glenn Hayes, there's no changes. The leaders come to you, Ron.
They're through 7AD corner now, and it's Chris Strickland from Bill Fulton. Spike Jones gets a little wide. Warren Smith takes advantage and moves up one more position, and I think Glenn Hayes is going to do the same. Yes, he's tucked into Warren behind there. Down the 7AD straight, and they're all yours, Mike.
Okay, yes, and Chris Strickland's got himself a bit of breathing space. 2 or 3 cart lengths, although having the Bill Fulton, he overcooked it there somewhere. He's going for the needle up the straightaway at the moment. Looks like Warren Smith there, I think, is in 3rd place. They head towards you, Ron.
They're going out of 7AD corner, the leader, and that's Chris Strickland from Bill Fulton. Warren Smith, Glenn Hayes goes really wide. Spike Jones. Then we've got Darren Dennis there, I think, in the bunch there. We've got Darren Pugh as the leaders with you, Mike.
They certainly are as they accelerate out of Speedy Tyres corner. This Chris Strickland, then we've still got the 4 car there in 2nd place. Then we go back to Warren Smith, Glenn Hayes hits the witches out there. When we go back to the Jones cart in the Spike Jones machine in car number 19. I'll hang on to it here for a moment, Ron, as we see the leaders now. As they head down the Sunday Tasmania straight out the Advocate corner, they race. And it's still cart number 5 there, and he's doing it pretty well. It's still the Chaskelly transport machine leading the way. Bill Fulton there, total concentration, can't do much about him. Then we have the cart number 6 there through next, and Warren Smith. And then the one machine behind him, of course, it's the can't gain on Warren Smith as Glenn Hayes.
Yeah, it's Bill. It's the leader, Chris Strickland. He's going to Advocate corner with Billy Fulton right behind him. A gap back to Warren Smith, Glenn Hayes, and Spike Jones, and they're all yours again, Mike.
Okay, they certainly are as the Chris Strickland accelerates up the straightaway. 9 laps still to travel on these international engines. A long way to go. Warren Smith there, Glenn Hayes still playing with that needle. Can't get on the pace of these guys up there, but that little Reed engine of Warren Smith absolutely flying, Ron, as it heads down the straightaway, but I'll hang on to it here at the moment. The wind getting very blustery as we see the leader coming out of the Advocate corner. Down the 7AD straight away he goes. There's cart number 5 there. It's Chris Strickland there, and then cart number 4, Bill Fulton. Then we got 6 there, Warren Smith in the Reed class car, but absolutely flying to little Reed. And then Glenn Hayes in one's the leaders up with you, Ron.
Yeah, the leaders, he really pulled away from Bill Fulton's got a problem. Something came off the cart, I think. He looked over his shoulder as he hit the 7AD corner. That's the race for Billy Fulton. The leader's going down 7AD straight, and that puts Warren Smith up into 2nd position with Glenn Hayes in 3rd. And he's yours, Mike.
Okay, he certainly is. Accelerates out the corner now. Up the Examiner straight away he goes. Looks over the shoulder. Can't see anybody in sight. Warren Smith through there now. Glenn Hayes behind him. Spike Jones in 19 through 9 there. Back behind him, Darren Dennis, the Dunbar customised product machine. Then cart number 20 next back behind him, of course. It's the PCR Kart Centre cart. I haven't got a name on him, Ron, but we'll sort him out as they go. But the leader now, the 7AD straight away now, is cart number 5. It's still Chris Strickland, and he's certainly done it well here today. There's 6 laps to go for Chris Strickland this time round. Warren Smith through now. Glenn Hayes getting on the back of Warren Smith a little bit. Spike Jones there through as they go under the Stratton Engineering Bridge, and over to you, Ron.
Right, he's got the leader, it's Chris Strickland. He's going to the Advocate corner. 2nd place man, Warren Smith, just moved on to the Sunday Tasmanian straight away with Glenn Hayes in hot pursuit, and Spike Jones, Darren Dennis, and Darren Pugh. And over to you, Mike.
Okay, all right, Chris Strickland there jumps onto the curb here and nearly upset everything as he gets 5 laps to go as he goes under the bridge now. But the race really on here for this 2nd place. Can Warren Smith hang on Glenn Hayes? Glenn Hayes can't turn the needle anymore. He's certainly looking down as he comes towards you, Ron.
Yes, we've got Warren Smith there holding on nicely to 2nd position at this stage with Glenn Hayes in cart number 1 right behind him. Spike Jones there, he's about 12 cart lengths further back down the straight as the leader's right in your hands.
He certainly is. He goes through 4 laps to go this time. Chris Strickland, the Chaskelly transport machine. Then we go back to Warren Smith there in cart number 6. Glenn Hayes in 1. That's the Empole Glen Jew cart. Spike Jones, the Jones transport machine in 4th place. They come to you, Ron.
Yeah, the leader's up into the Advocate corner. Warren Smith. Then we've got Glenn Hayes. Spike Jones goes through. Darren Dennis. Darren Pugh there in cart number 20, I think it is. And cart number 8 goes through. No, Darren's right behind cart number 8 as your leader comes out of your corner now, Mike.
Okay, yes, he's already under Stratton Engineering Bridge at the moment. But still was the Smith cart under heaps of pressure there in cart number 6 and Glenn Hayes. It's Warren Smith in that machine. Spike Jones away out of it at the moment. Then we go back to cart number 9 behind him. There's Darren Dennis, a Dunbar customised product machine as he's trying to get through. There's our leader now starting to get the back of cart number 18 there in Craig Millington. But the flags will soon start waving as he'll get 2 laps to go this time round. Millington see what's going on, allows Chris Strickland through. Warwick, the Warren Smith machine is in Diabolical though, he keeps it together as he comes out of Speedy Tyres. Glen Hayes up the inside, Ron.
Yeah, Glen Hayes has got Warren Smith into the AD corner. Up the Sunday Tasmanian straight away, but Smitty's not too happy about that. Glen Hayes is in control as they exit the Advocate corner down the 7 away. Straight to you, Mike.
Okay, and the leader now comes towards the line. 1 lap to travel for the leader there in Kart 5 as he goes under Stratton Engineering Bridge. Glen Hayes kept his run at the right time, and he's now in the second place out on Warren Smith. But Hayes not happy, he's still looking at the tuning on that cart. But Warren Smith fights back now as he comes through 7AD corner. Hang on here, Ron, if you like. As we look for our cart number 5, he'll green the checkered flag. He's already down halfway down the 7 away, straight away into Speedy Tyres corner. He races. And a good win to Chris Prix with the Chaskelly transport machine. And he gets a checkered flag. Glen Hayes is getting on, I think, for second place. Warren Smith there right behind him in third. They go over the line. It's Glen Hayes, Warren Smith, and then Spike Jones in 19 through. The 12 car back behind him. Darren Pugh there, the PCR Kart Centre machine. The other PCR Kart 20 goes over the line in from then Darren Dennis.
Devonport Kart Grand Prix runs a celebrity race every year, and this year one of the most prominent people in Tasmania racing today is the Premier Michael Field. What sort of chance do you think you've got in today's race?
I'd say no chance at all. I've done 3 laps in a kart before, this morning for the first time, and on that performance I'd say I've got no chance at all.
With these boots you've got on, I think there's a pretty good chance you'll just about be able to kick the opposition out the way, won't you?
Yes, no, they're bother boy boots, but I'm going to change. They lack sensitivity, and I need to be very sensitive on that accelerator as I go round, so I'm going to just go and change my boots. They said you needed ankle boots, but I think it's the best thing to have my sneakers on, because these are my walking boots.
When your political career's over, is this where do you think you may end up?
Well, I won't be driving carts.
Won't be driving carts. So you're going to run today's race like you're running the government here, can't you?
Steady. Steady and for the long haul. But the long haul won't be today. It's a long-term program.
Okay, Michael. Thank you.
Get filled up there, the boys get themselves sorted out, and the girls as they get off up there through the straightaway. Ron, to you.
I think it's Jim Cox we've got out there in front, is it not, in Kart 2? There's Kart 7 there. No, he's in Kart 7, is he not, Mike? As he's in second position with Kart 22 there in third spot as they come out of the Advocate corner, and down to you for the first time.
Right. Once again, in the celebrity race, the celebrities come from all over the place, and we've got Judy Benson from Southern Cross TV, and Judy's already claimed one of the victims of injuries today. Tell us, Judy, what happened?
Well, I don't know. I came round the corner really fast and somebody else had already not make it, but would you believe I ran into the only other lady competitor in the race?
That wasn't Michael Field, was it?
No. Sally from the Heart Foundation, I think it is. But, yeah, sporting a couple of injuries already, and we haven't even had the first heat.
How does Southern Cross feel about you doing this? I mean, because you might not be on lunchtime Monday or on the news or whatever.
I'm on tonight.
Oh, you're on tonight.
Get back to read tonight's news, so you better not be watching because it might be a bit of a problem.
Good luck with today's event, and I hope you do well.
It's a lot of fun. I'm a petrol head.
How do you see this event could grow eventually? I mean, what do you think the potential is?
Oh, look, I think it's an excellent event, and there's so much to see for spectators. I mean, my children absolutely love it. I think it's wonderful.
OK, Judy, thank you.
Taking Jeff Scripps' place as Jeff usually ends up there with Paul quite okay. And whoops, we lost Chaz Kelly. He certainly knows what it's like to spin it out. Stay in it, Chaz, and get him going, why didn't you? He can't get over the front of the cart, now he does. So Chaz Kelly overcooks it there with Les Redpath there, showing where Clean Centre Hills as he goes through.
Les Redpath, you're currently number one in the Sprint Car Championships in Tasmania.
Yes, that's right. We've won that 5 times and looking forward to a good season. Hadn't started too good this year, but we ran a second last night at Bridgewater and the car was going well and looking forward to the Australian title.
With a good potential of being up there amongst the top runners in the Australian titles then?
Well, with an ounce of luck, which you need in those sort of races, yeah, we could be up there. Hoping anyway.
How do you think you're going to go in these midgets today, up against Michael Field and Judy Benson and all the other celebrities?
Oh, we'll have a ball.
You'll be in the business. You'll be able to take Michael Field out, do you reckon?
Could give him a nudge or two. Straighten him up a bit.
Good luck with today's race.
Thanks very much.
Car number 12 behind him, of course, being Rod Shepherd. As we look at them as they come out of 7AD corner. Oh, hang on to Weir on it, certainly trying to keep track of them. But Jim Cox is our leader at the moment. Mark making it in third place as they come out of the 7AD corner. This Jim Cox is putting a lap on one of the carters there. It's cart number 4. Of course, and that's Jeff Squibb. No, it isn't cart number 4. There's Greg Blake. Jim Cox pulls up beside Greg Blake, of course, the photographer. And then we go back to cart number 12 there through into second place at the moment. That's Rod Shepherd. This Shepherd in second place, then Margaret Magan in third place there in the 3 cars at the moment with 2 laps to travel as they head out 7AD corner. Down the Sunday Tasmania straight away they race. We'll look at the Jim Cox machine, of course.
Jim Cox, another celebrity in today's race. You'll be setting a cracking pace, I'm sure.
Oh, I think I'm getting a little bit too old for it. Every year I say I'm not going to come back, but Les Redpath sort of comes along and says, come on, and Evan Wiley got me into it, so maybe this is the last year.
Between you and Michael Field, do you think you're going to be able to control this race?
Oh, I don't think I should draw analogies. I think we might get into we haven't had a bad year so far, so we'll wait and see.
Oh, that's quite true. All right, we wish you all the luck.
Thank you very much.
21 there, back behind him, of course, that's Mike Wilson. Then the same cart there goes through Warren Von Bibber. He certainly, yes, but he's not getting out there in the lead at the moment. This Jim Cox comes round and puts a lap on car number 14 there, Chris Turnbull. But Jim Cox comes round the checkered flag, coming up towards her. There he is Jim Cox in car number 7, takes it out. As Cox takes it out, I think from then car number 12, I think in second place would have been Rod Shepherd, and then car number 6 would be Les Redpath in third place. I think that's the way the boys will finish in that one.
Take the opportunity to welcome those people from other parts of Tasmania and from the mainland who have come to Devonport for this particular event. It's now my pleasure to declare the 4th annual BP City of Devonport Grand Prix officially open.
Right, the Wiley family is synonymous with motorsport in Tasmania. Your father, Jason, he raced Formula 2s at one stage.
Yeah, back a few years ago, just raced Formula 2s and touring cars back in the FJ days. And he's always had, well, we've always had it in our blood. And went through to motocross and now into karts, which we're enjoying. It's top sport. He used to race that too a few years ago, but we're selling karts now and that's kind of come a bit too big, so he's looking after the parts on race day.
So it's become a business, a way of life and whole family affair?
Virtually, yeah.
What do you think your chances are in today's race, Jason?
Oh, should be up there somewhere. I'm hoping to do pretty good, hopefully 2 wins, so we should be around there somewhere, and hey.
Jason White recently made quite strong media headlines in Tasmania as a result of gaining the opportunity to race in Hong Kong. Jason, how do you think you're going to go in tomorrow's race, firstly, and secondly, how do you think you're going to go in Hong Kong?
Well, tomorrow's race, anything can happen with the supers because they're not the most reliable class of kart in the world, and I suppose it depends on how I go in the heats because it's all the final counts, the last race of the day. So just got to finish all my races and hopefully finish fairly well up and get a good grid for the final. And then the final, just hope that everything hangs together and finish as good as I can. can't do much more.
In regard to your trip to Hong Kong, are you apprehensive about that in any way?
Yeah, we leave tomorrow. We get 3 days of practice, and should give me enough time to get used to the track. There's a lot of competition over there. It's nothing like over here. Every single person over there is 100% on the ball as far as their karts, the drivers, their knowledge of what they're doing. It's all 100%. So I hope to finish in the top 10. If I finish in the top 10, I'd be over the top. I'd be happy.
Would you like to see some of those drivers come down to an event such as this from like some of the Pacific Rim drivers? Would you like to see them come down here?
Yeah, I think the problem is the prize money. We don't generate enough collateral to give that much prize money to attract them down here, because it costs an awful lot to go to an event like that, or for them to come down here as well. So if we put up the big prize money in the good tracks, I reckon we could get them, but it'd be at our loss to bring them down here, because we couldn't afford to do it.
So you're looking forward to then basically a career in motorsport?
Yeah, hopefully touring cars, probably Formula Holden or something. Just try and make a name for myself and see what comes up.
I can tell you that Tasmania wishes you all the luck.
Thanks.
Jeff Jacobs, you're one of the oldest competitors in the Grand Prix here at Devonport. What's your impressions of the way it's beginning to develop now?
Devonport's developed into a tremendous race. The organisation is good. I think everything's going well today, and it's doing a tremendous lot towards promoting our sport.
What do you think your chances are in tomorrow's race?
Well, after the first heat, everything went nicely for me for a change, and had a fair bit of steam. I've probably got a slight chance of finishing in the placings, and I think that that's about all anyone should say, because we haven't raced against each other yet completely, and there's some good competition out there. It's going to be very difficult to finish in the top 4, no matter how good they reckon they are. Yeah.
Oh, well, I wish you all the luck for tomorrow's race, and have a good time in Hong Kong.
We'll need that, yeah, and we will. Yeah, thanks.
Shane Hart, after yesterday's effort, you look like a favourite for today's Grand Prix.
I wouldn't say that. We're looking okay, but I wouldn't say we'd be the favourite. We're up there, so we can only hope for the best, really.
Pole position holder today.
Yeah, we, later on today, or hopefully so, we'll be pole position, but if we keep on going well, we will be, so I hope so.
Certainly showing the determination of a winner after this last race. I mean, what was it like?
It's good, actually, because it's going to be my last race meeting in Supers, because I've got no sponsors and I can't get enough money to run it myself, so I'm going to try and make the most of it, yeah.
So, obviously, like any other motorsport, sponsorships needed for this event to grow at Devonport. I think we need more sponsorship. Thank you, Shane, and good luck today.
Thanks very much.
In the Grand Prix today, another one of the top contenders, Craig Jones, who won the Victor Cup up at Highclere about 6 weeks ago. Was an admirable drive. How do you think you're going to go today, Craig?
Well, hopefully, if everything turns out right and I get a really good run, I've just proved that I can come from the back of the field to the front, so if I can get a really good grid position in the final, well, hopefully I'm going to be up there with the front runners and hopefully take it out.
How is this weather going to affect your performance?
I don't really love driving in the wet at all. It's not my favourite place, but I go okay. It's that I prefer to drive in the dry, but it's not going to worry me at all. I think I'll be just as competitive as a few other guys.
Your grid position today?
Hopefully it'll be number 1. I'm not real sure yet. I've still got one more heat to go, but I think at present I'm running about, after that heat, I should have moved up to about probably 3rd or 4th position on the grid.
Okay, fine. Thanks, and we wish you all the luck.
Thanks very
much.
much.
Should be Craig Orders up there in front. They may get a start this time. Jeff Jacobs not up there at the moment. They get away and away they go. It's Jason White in the lead as they head under the Stratton Bridge there.
Yeah, they're into the Devon AD corner for the first time in the city of Devonport Kart Prix for 1990. And it's Jason White, the leader, out of the Advocate corner. Adrian Morrisby in a second, and we've got Shane Hart in third as they come towards you, Mike Tubb.
Okay, and it's Shane Hart there in third place, but look at the man leading him, Jason White. Then we go back to the Moon Auto Salvage Kart, Adrian Morrisby right on the back of him. And they all through here clean as they race in the 7AD, Ron.
Yeah, and it's Jason White leading from Adrian Morrisby back to Kart 7 in Shane Hart with Stephen Evans up the inside of Shane Hart as they come into the Advocate. Down the 7LA straight, and I think Evans got him as he comes to you, Mike.
He certainly did. Evans now moves up to third place. He's really got a while here at the moment. Been about 20 laps at 19 to go. This Morrisby moves on the outside of Jason White. It's White there, not having anything on as he moves to the 7AD corner once again.
And it's Jason White leading with Adrian Morrisby all over the back of him. A couple of cart lengths back to Stephen Evans there. Out of the Advocate corner, down the 7LA straight to Mike Tubb.
Okay, yes, there's still Jason White, the Coastal Sheet Metal Workers machine, leading around Adrian Morrisby. Morrisby got the machine twigged up at the moment. And then look at cart number 4 there, Steve Evans starting to get in the back of this bunch as they disappear into 7AD once again.
And they're out of 7AD corner right now, and it's Jason White, the leader still, from Adrian Morrisby, Stephen Evans, Jason Wiley. There's a yellow flag out. They acknowledge that flag as they come down towards you again, Mike.
Okay, and a big mover, Steve Evans, right in the back of this pair now. Jason White there. Then we go back to the number 2 cart, of course, that's driven by Adrian Morrisby. Steve Evans around the outside as they disappear into 7AD corner on.
Yeah, there's no change. It's still Jason White from Adrian Morrisby, Steve Evans. Then we've got Jason Wiley, Craig Jones, back to Shane Hart and Jeff Jacobs as they come down the 7LA straight to complete one more lap, Mike.
Okay, it looks like, yes, it's Craig Jones there getting the move put right on him in the wheel to wheel. No, Jason Wiley couldn't do it. But still, Jason White leading him around. Then from cart number 2 there and Adrian Morrisby. Then back to the Evans cart. I'll hang on to him here and I'll see a few of these others go through, Ron. But boy, oh boy, they're going to get in some traffic in a minute as we see them now come out of the Advocate corner once again. There's still cart number 6 here. And there's still Jason White on the brakes, all sideways there. We've got a couple here under the yellow flag as they head up under the Stratton Engineering Bridge. But there's still Jason White, then Adrian Morrisby, then Steve Evans in 4.
Yeah, and Jason White's coming up under a slower cart. Up to Sunday Tasmanian straight away into the Advocate corner. Jason White, Adrian Morrisby, Stephen Evans, Craig Jones in there also as he come to you now, Mike.
Okay, in the first car there, here's Bolt Vandenberg. They're going to come on the back of him in a minute. Get them blue flags waving, fellas. It's Jason White there, leads away from Adrian Morrisby. Steve Evans waiting in there for a move at the same time as they disappear through 7AD corner.
Out of 7AD corner, they round up Bolt Vandenberg. Up to Sunday Tasmanian straight away into the Advocate corner. It's Jason White from Adrian Morrisby, Stephen Evans in there with you now, Mike.
Okay, they certainly are. They come down onto Mark Evans on the back of Mark Evans. He'll pull over, let him go. It's Jason White leads away. Adrian Morrisby, then Steve Evans are certainly the slower drivers being kind to him at the moment as they head into 7AD corner.
Adrian Morrisby using all the track to try and get an advantage of line. Past the slower carts into the Advocate corner. Jason White, Adrian Morrisby, Stephen Evans down the 7LA straight to you, Mike.
Okay, as they get way past, a lot of wheel touching there. But Evans gets through with a couple of carts there on the road. And Evans gets balked there as he comes through Speedy Tyres corner. A leader up to you, Ron.
Yeah, Jason White's through. A few cart lengths back now to Adrian Morrisby. That's sort of him out. We've got Craig Jones on the back of Stephen Evans now as they come out of Advocate corner once again and down to Mike Tubb.
Okay, yes, the man, a big move in the inside, Jason White. And he's quite okay, and he gets through okay. And then Steve Evans goes back one there as the Jones boy gets through in cart number 1, but Evans fights back as he comes into you, Ron.
Yeah, Jason White still leading there with Adrian Morrisby. Then we've got a big gap back to Stephen Evans has been now overtaken by Craig Jones up into Advocate corner, and I think the leaders are just about there with you, Mike.
Okay, yes, and Adrian Morrisby isn't giving up. He closes the gap right up once again on the Jason White. White looks over the shoulder. So does Morrisby. But Morrisby knows he's got plenty of room to breathe as he goes to you, Ron.
Into the traffic they travel. Jason White, he's got to cover his back door to keep it clean. Up the inside to the Advocate corner. And the brakes under the slower carts. It's Jason White from Adrian Morrisby. And they're yours again, Mike.
Okay, and White already down to Speedy Tyres corner. So is Adrian Morrisby. Flicks it sideways, but White got a bit of breathing space now. Craig Jones certainly putting him in at the moment. Back to Evans. Then it looks like the 9 cart there and Jason Wiley coming up through the Group 2.
Yeah, we've got Jason White going into the Advocate corner now from Adrian Morrisby. Craig Jones, Stephen Evans is pegging him back through the slower traffic and he's now in 4th position. But Jason White's all yours, Mike.
Okay, he certainly is. And it's Jason White. He accelerates out of Speedy Tyres corner. Then we go back to the cart number 2, Adrian Morrisby there. But look at the Jones boy. It's Craig Jones, holding cart, closing there on Adrian Morrisby as he goes down through 7AD corner. Down the straightaway they go. We'll pick them up now. Out of the Advocate corner they run. And it's still cart number 6 there. He's doing it well, the Coastal Sheet Metal Workers machine. There's Craig Jones there, closes on the Moon Auto salvage cart. Oh, and Jones, he's lost it. He's right around and out of it into the tyres. so that gives them a bit of breathing space. As Evans now moves into third place as they race down the Sunday Tasmania straightaway. We'll look for Kart 6 there, the Coastal Sheet Metal Workers machine, as he comes down to 7A straightaway now. It's still Kart number 6 there. It is still Jason White. Adrian Moresby closes the gap once again. Steve Evans hanging on to third place from kart number 9 now. It's Jason Wiley, the Wiley Tile Sprinter kart machine. Over to you, Ron.
Yeah, we've got the leader going up to Sunday Tasmanian straight away, and that's Jason White from Adrian Moresby. Stephen Evans goes by in third position with Jason Wiley in fourth, and Shane Hart as Jason White comes into you, Mike.
OK, and the gap closes. Moresby under brakes. He's been saving it a little bit. There's only a kart length, only a blink between them. So it's Jason White, Adrian Moresby. Still Steve Evans there. Jason Wiley drops off Evans a bit as they go through 7AD.
They're out of 7AD corner. They've just rounded up Bolt Vandenberg for the second time. Jason White from Adrian Moresby, Stephen Evans, Jason Wiley and Shane Hart. Jason White's in your hands, Mike.
OK, he certainly is on. Moresby right on his back now as they race out of the Speedy Tyres corner. Up under the Stratton Engineering Bridge. But it looks like Jason White a little bit more grunt up the straight as we see the Moon Auto Salvage Machine and Adrian Moresby in kart 2 really closing up the gap now. We'll look for him as they come out of the Advocate corner. It's still Jason White, Adrian Moresby on his back, down 7A straight away they go. In the Speedy Tyres corner, no changes, but look at Moresby up beside him and he does it. It's Moresby into the lead from Jason White, and over to you, Ron.
Jason White throws a challenge back at him. He's still going through AD corner. He's up to Southern Tasmania straight away into Advocate, and Jason White's got him again out of the Advocate corner down to 7 straight and the Mike Tubbett Speedy Tyres corner.
Yes, they come in some slower carts and the cart's weaving on the brake. The Dap Australian machine, but look at this Moon Auto Salvage cart go. There's a yellow black flag, the flag's coming out as they come back up to you, Ron.
Yeah, Jason White, they're in the slower traffic. It slows them down somewhat. Up to Tasmania straight away. Jason White, Adrian Moresby all over the back of him as they go into the Advocate corner. Down to 7LA straight away, and they're all yours, Mike.
OK, and the checker flag ready. They're on one corner to go. It looks like Jason White from Adrian Moresby as they come over the checkered flag. Jason White takes it out from Adrian Moresby. Then kart number 4, Steve Evans will take out third place. 9 next over the line would be the machine driven by the Jason Wiley cart, of course. 7 next, Shane Hart back behind him. 3 there goes through, of course, Jeff Jacobs. 27 there next through, being Philip Howell. And boy, oh boy, what a race between those guys. Kart 11 there through. The 20 kart next goes around, of course, and that being...
Good afternoon. What a marvellous race. For these presentations, I'd like to hand you over to the manager for BP Australia, Paul Tasker. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Peter. I won't waste the time, as I'm sure you're all eager for the racing to continue, but I think you'd agree with me that it really was a spectacular finish and a great example of kart racing in Tasmania. So without any further ado, I'd like to present 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3?
Go third first.
Third first?
Yes, Steve.
I'd like to present Steve with Steve Evans and number 3. Congratulations, Steve. Well done. Great race.
Good. Thanks very much. I'd like to thank the organising committee of the Devonport Kart Prix, everyone for turning out here today for what is a great day on the karting calendar in the state. I'd especially like to thank BP Australia and BP Woolman for their sponsorship of this event. Everyone who put so much into making this all run. It's an absolutely huge organisational thing, and they've done a great job. I'd like to thank my personal sponsors, BP Australia, Moona Auto Salvage, who supply me with their kart. All I have to do usually is race it for them. I thank Di and Cam Moresby sincerely for that. I'd like to thank my father for the engines, 2 great engines. Had it not been for the brakes, we probably would have given them a bit of a stir up. I'd like to thank Roger, Mum, Dad, April, Deb, all the support crew, and congratulations to Jason and Adrian. Thanks a lot.
Well, not only can Stephen drive, but he can talk as well. I think I'd like to present second place getter, Adrian Moresby, who I was watching with particular interest, and I thought he had a terrific race. Congratulations, Adrian. Come forward. Well done.
first of all, I'd like to thank the BP ladies today for braving the weather. Seriously, I'd like to thank my parents, Mr. and Mrs. Morrisby, for all their support and the money they put into the cart and that. It's really great. And Evans Engines, Graham Evans, for building a top couple of PCRs. We were putting through about 18,500 to 19,000 through them in the final for 20 laps, which is asking a hell of a lot out of a little engine. Thanks a lot to Graham Evans, Roger Evans, the rest of the support crew. We go with pushers like Tony, who's been here all weekend pushing me. Little guy called Nathan, who was polishing the cart. Jason, there's a heap of people I'd like to thank. And the sponsors, my own sponsors, BP Australia for supplying all the methanol. Mooner Auto Salvage. Yeah, that'll do. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Adrian. And of course, this is an important moment for the 1990 Devonport Kart Prix, where we present the winner of the race with the number 1 trophy. And I think a very deserving winner we have today in Jason White, who raced a particularly courageous race today, and staving off some challenges from Adrian and others. And I think he deserves all credit. So congratulations on an excellent race, Jason. Well done.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Michael, Trevor, Ewan, everyone that helped me in the pits today, carried the cart there, cleaned it, did literally everything on it. I'd like to thank my mum for letting me stay up so late and work on the cart every night this week. Dad for all his help, it's been great. Yanni for the time off work. Woolman's BP, because without sponsors like that, we wouldn't have the prize money, the trophies, anything here. My Uncle John of Delta Hydraulics for all his help, and the rest of my family, thanks.
Great to see you all here for the 1990 Women's BP Kart Prix. Congratulations to all concerned. I can't believe when I raced karts before, like you'd have 3 or 4 trophies lined up and you think, my God, what a night. I walked in tonight and I couldn't believe it. What a fantastic setup that you've got. In the time that I've been away, karting has just gone ahead in leaps and bounds. Right. Jason, congratulations on what you've done. You'll be up a little bit later for the prize presentation, but on behalf of everybody here, we wish you all the best for next weekend, and just keep it there. Right here, City Limits have got behind it. The Alexander Hotel with the madman Kim Smaker, who drove today, couldn't do any worse on a push bike than what he did today. Delta Hydraulics of Devonport, John White and the crew.
Prix Hardware, Max Bridge and staff to use all the safety fencing. Thanks very much. Barry McCarthy, could you put your hand up so we can see you, please?
Where's your women, Jace? Get a demon! Jace!
From your wife, and thanks a lot to the pushers on the day. Thank you. Congratulate Streaky, you got it this year, mate. Thank you.
Dennis had to be the poor unlucky man to get tangled up. He's all tangled up. He's okay though. Over to you, Mike.
Okay, yes, and the 19 Kart, Todd Willing there moves up into second place, I think, at the moment. They got the flare hands in the air as they cut to you, Ron.
I think it is there. No, he's not in there anymore as they come down towards you, Mike.
Okay, yes, and a few slower carts been passed there. Dion Wiley getting through quite okay. As they race down the 7-lane straightaway. Yes, cart number 21 doing it pretty well in Noel Clark at the moment. Back to 12 there behind him, of course, that's Steve Willing. Don Singline as the 25 machine there. This the other Moonod Auto Savage cart. Philip Howe in 27 that way. That's the way to drive it as he gets himself sorted out. It looks like he's lost a tie rod or something off the machine. So Stewie Wilson's had to park it. I don't know what he's done. That's what happens when he jumps curbs. Third spot now. But look at the number 1 machine, Craig Jones there. Adrian Morrisby whips out a few witches. That's he come down the Speedy Tyres corner. But another big twin race in our hands here at the moment, Ron.